Boop de doo, boop doo doo boop de doo, boo doo de doo, ba da 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 doo, ba da doo doo boop da da doo doo boop da da doo doo doo. Dragonbone City, Styxia. So while you may notice, although at the end of the last Star Rail stream, I did, you know what, I can at least show it. That'd be the wrong way to do it. I did pick up Castris, and I've started building her up. I have some pretty good equipment on her. But she's not all the way there yet. Actually, did manage to get her light cone, also. It's kind of just busted on her. And I had plenty of stuff lying around, I realized, so... I got it. And I roll so infrequently, I should just pick up the light cones anyways. At least for characters I really like. Here's her set. There's a lot of HP on it, though... Could use more, I suppose? Gloves are always attack, so can't get it there. Yeah, she's got plenty of hit points. I found the team that works well with her is, like I suspected, Gallagher. Why is this not maxed? Yeah, Gallagher works quite well with his whole, returning health on damage thing. And, another one they actually recommended was Treeby, but I don't have Treeby, because I didn't get it. But the free-to-play substitute is actually Hella, who is also not fully built yet. Oomphy? Hey, Bathwater. But she's pretty up there. She'll be fine. And I brought that team into the simulated universe, and it's frankly unfair what you can do with that setup. The Remembrance Trailblazer just works really well with DPS carry of other Remembrance characters, because Mem's ability applies not just to the character it targets, but to any Memmo sprites they summon. So, it just works. But yes, they're not fully built yet, so we're not calling them in for what I'm doing here. I did try to, but farming up the Ascension materials was... that was just gonna take a long time, and... yeah. But getting them decently equipped wasn't too hard. I could min-max their equipment better, probably, like if I farmed that out. But as it stands, I'm happy with where they are, and I'm happy with where they'll go when I cap them out completely. Though admittedly, Simulated Universe also gives them completely min-maxed equipment. And I think even personal light cones. Can't get that from this side. Yes, where Mighty actually joined the group last we were here. Or part of Mighty's soul. He's in the middle of a almost death. Fragmented Alchemy Notes excerpt. Treasure. Ruins of the ancient city. The feast is long ended, the songs long silenced. The evening bell tolls. And the drowned still drift, their faces mirrored in the stars above. Before you are rusted and broken chains, remnants of a path that once led to the tower.
This is going to be difficult.
Didn't Castrum Kremnos also have this?
I'm familiar with this kind of mechanism. but I've never repaired broken chains.
Yeah, that doesn't seem your forte.
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry one person with each limb and fly the four of us to the other side. The Rune of Recollection is here, but I can't find a miracle orb anywhere. So weird.
So we can't even use time shenanigans to go back to when the chains were working.
Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower in the distance?
I think that looks like one there. 1 minute of Mem being useful comes from 1,000 days of training Mem.
That sounds so weird. Forget it. Just leave it to me.
May you shout... Yeah, bathwater. Why didn't you just shower before coming in here?
Just shout for me when you need my help.
You don't have to shout yet, Mem. You're right here. Go, Mem!
Just leave it to me.
Because you value my opinion. I think you're overvaluing my opinion here. Whoa.
Mem did it.
The pink squirrel is very smart.
Why am I a squirrel now?
The miracle's range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Windmoon's Embrace.
Aren't I a good fit for Orynyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever.
Now I can turn the camera, jeez. No, I'm not trying to... No! Don't steal me back!
The alchemical matrix should be behind this door.
What's that achievement I just picked up? Walking on the chains of the old space-time, you look up at the night sky.
Is that...
Oh, this'll be painful. Hello to you too, Courting Nat.
Wow, there are so many of you!
Hello, Ghost of Trian.
It's little Cass and little Gray. Oh, there's also little D and the big puppy! Trian? Aren't you...
Where do you think we are, Mem? Trian and Mighty. I get it now.
Get what? I'm getting even more confused.
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend while going upstream in the River of Souls.
Trian's only a piece of a soul.
It really works like this. Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable to sense the aura of the living on Lady
The most
Trian.
unethical E7 character released today. Yeah, I saw the post in gaming. I presume that's what you're referring to. Lost Orunka with... Jesus, look at some of that. But, I'm not too interested in Orunka, so I'm skipping, you know. Skip Dumaloo.
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side. But Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm.
Return?
So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and waiting for little Cass.
That's very sweet of you, Trian.
Oh, it must have been very tough for you.
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at the entrance of the Netherrealm. Trian promised Treevy and Treenan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first person to run over and welcome you.
Gift?
So, little Cass, don't cry. Please, accept this. We finally finished it.
Oh. Look, there's Ethan the Trailblazer in the corner. And Danny Boy, of course. Why does Mighty have a lion? Oh, right, the lion statue heads.
This is what Lady Treeby once mentioned.
Oh yeah, there's Cypher, also. Blah.
A gift for me that you didn't manage to finish.
The Holy Maiden of Yanis. Even when separated by life and death, their thoughts are still connected.
Mighty, it sounds really painful to you when you talk, so you don't gotta do it if you like, really don't feel like it.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
Oh yeah, they always have to make the Trailblazer ambiguous, like it could be Stella or Kylus in drawings, and they're always, like, very stylistic. So they can kind of gloss over some details, and they don't have to do it twice.
It's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
This is our flame chase journey.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before. Treevy has always said that it must have been a very harsh and frightening journey. But little Cass no longer has anything to fear now, because everyone is here with you in this flame chase journey!
That's right. Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that I've already obtained so many things I would never have dared to dream of since I embarked on the flame chase journey. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I went to the market to buy the Chimera doll I'd liked for a very long time and hugged it to sleep. The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya. The first time I went for a walk with Lady Treeby, Lady Trian, and Lady Treenan. The first time I enjoyed the night breeze and looked up at the stars with Miss Hyacin. The first time I took care of Dromasis with the Trailblazer.
Yay.
Looking back at all these experiences, I never
I haven't
thought
really
were
talked to
possible.
Don Hung that much, but he seems
It
nice.
feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from centuries and decades down to minutes and seconds. And all of them are so precious. I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white landscapes. I don't have a single one with friends. If I had known, I would have taken more pictures.
And shall we take one now?
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a picture with little Cass.
Sadly, being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the world of the living.
Dang.
I thought so too.
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Aww.
Little Cass smiled. Treevy, Treenan, and Trian's wishes finally come true!
remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Now, the path that belongs to me is about to reach the end. Thank you for bringing me the final key.
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mister's life.
Come again?
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely! Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
A metaphorical tomorrow. With a blinding smile, Trian's golden form disappears in the thin fog of Styxia's moonlit night.
Lady Trian.
But, Cypher, what are you doing back there?
The aura of this place. We have indeed reached the end of the stream of souls. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living.
Thanks for helping us with... Actually, you kinda didn't do shit, Mighty. Thanks for... you did, like, knock a few things out. Thanks for that. You fight your way back up. You find your way out? I assume you've done this before, though.
I have broken free from the chains of death countless times. This time will be no different. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mighty.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even if it takes 1,000 years of waiting, I will continue to fight till I die.
Wrong till?
Then rise from death till the miracle descends.
Correct one, but you need an apostrophe at the beginning. It's strange that they spell it both ways in the same sentence and it's the same thing. It just proves they didn't know.
There is one more thing you should know, Lord Mighty.
What is it?
What is this about?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle, becoming calamities wreaking havoc upon the world.
I see.
Well, sucks for when that happens.
Is that all? Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Well, the alternative is the world fucking ends, so yeah. I think we're getting the pretty good end of the deal there.
Do you have a strategy to shatter the shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. We need to insert Aquila's sky, Giorios' earth, Kefali's fire, Fagusa's ocean.
You have the slightest idea how to find any of those things?
And Nestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind.
Quiet, cat person.
In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious after all.
Come again?
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
Yeah, I'm a little lost here, too.
I saw the twins of death in Kefali's memory.
Oh, that passed.
And now I am certain that I was one of them.
Pretty blatantly, yeah.
The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. And my sister, whom I never met, became the Titan Thanatos of this cycle. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire world. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything. They died for me, and now lie in slumber in the River of Souls.
You mean Pollux?
That's right.
Sounds like
The
it.
River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world. And that's why we have to awaken Pollux from death before we can retrieve the core flame of death.
How does that work exactly?
We have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you heard the sighs?
Did when I was collecting the souls.
I heard them too. So what are those?
I think it's probably the sign of Pollux's wish being fulfilled. They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's why they exerted every ounce of their strength to send me to Styxia, a city that called for death, a land where none is hostile to death. They never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely, all because they wanted to give me a new life. Pollux must really want to know how their sister has been after giving their all to save her.
You can kinda see that, sure.
That wish is the reason Pollux's soul still lingers in the mortal realm even after their fall, quietly watching and documenting every detail of their sister's life.
So, is it watching now?
So instead of picking up objects on the way here...
We were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here. Now, we must weave these yearnings together and restore them into Pollux's complete soul.
Okay.
But all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through with the ritual and it turns out totally different?
Then we try again.
That's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, such is the nature of alchemy. The true outcome can only be known once the process is complete. This is why alchemy is also known as the miracle of creation. Now, the puzzle of Pollux's yearnings is nearly complete, with only one final piece remaining. I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemical matrix. I will show them my whole life since I left Styxia.
Sounds good to me.
Lady Trienne has already drawn a picture of my entire life, and it is now in my hands.
Okay, sure. I see no reason that can't work. Trienne's hand-drawn picture. Trienne secretly prepared a small gift for Castorus, a childlike drawing of the companions on their flame chase journey. Castorus perceptively noticed that it, and the memory it represents, would be the key to saving Kylus from the Netherrealm. But little Cass no longer has anything to fear now, because everyone is here with you in this flame chase journey. Investigate.
Let the ritual begin. And now, the objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrifying to behold.
Not that weird. My body is always horrifying to behold.
The trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore. Then please, look at me. I wish to thank you in person. I have obtained everything you sacrificed your divinity for. Lady Almanette.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can communicate with here, right?
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. The only difference is that I was there when she died. Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
Yes. You're just as smart as I imagined, but... never mind. Now's not the time.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you. You're already at the resting place of the dead.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time, in fact.
The world of the dead. But how?
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Castorus, the girl who coexists with death. But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that you have protected that girl's life well.
Oh. Well, in that case, let me begin. Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe. Right?
Considering it's the entrance to the Netherrealm, no.
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the Era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I can.
I have have pondered the same question, child. But I am afraid there is no clear answer to it.
You should meet a... hesitate to say friend. Ex-colleague of mine. His name... well, his name definitely isn't Blade, but you can call him Blade. I assure you, there's immortals that yearn for death.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. That's how someone once explained to me why death is necessary to the world. But I still can't take that as the final answer. Would a world without journeys and epics be worse off?
Yes, immensely so.
Ah. I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior. I, however, did find some inspiration in these words. Would you like to hear my thoughts, Casterus?
Please enlighten me, Lady Amonette. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the authority and core flame of death.
Don't be so sure, you haven't heard the story yet.
Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. Therefore, journeys and epics cannot truly resonate with us. But what if I reframe it like this? What if love is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing from death?
Love.
Interesting perspective.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world can be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. The so-called Era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed, going through the motions without passion or purpose, then waiting for something to happen. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination with its cruel and fearsome side, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but...
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason we shed tears when parting ways, and also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals. If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state of stagnation.
I understand, Lady Amonette. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind again. Nestia's love was the chrysalis of Gold's first blessing, but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival. If the world was bereft of
Fascinating.
death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering me into this world. You wouldn't have welcomed me into Idonia, and Aglaia would never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. none of these stories would ever have happened. And I would never have lived, let alone found happiness.
There you go. Hey, Green Ghost.
Thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life to complete the final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras,
GG.
grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse.
Netherwing.
Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
Oh. Head is still stuck in the egg rock? Pollux, Netherwing Husk, Berry of Souls. Right? I don't know if that... What? Ally's HP is reduced, accumulates desperate bubbles. How did it reduce her HP, though? On reaching the limit, remove damage mitigation, enter the enhanced state.
That's it?
Does it ignore shields?
Girl who once saved my life, truly gone? Or will you show yourself again, once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
Rim of Demise. Whatever. Damage taken decrease. It's not like a listed ability it has. Hang on, see the target lose HP. It's not a listed ability or anything, it just ignores shields entirely. That's really stupid.
My tempo!
Alright, I'll call your bet. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or... maybe I'll take it all! Watch your head!
Look, if you don't want shields to be as strong, then just, I don't know. That's not the solution, though. It's have a healer or give up. Alright.
And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid.
I'm definitely gonna have to redo this with a completely different team, because they just made a fight that doesn't work.
Turn up the volume. Fight it or rock with it. My music.
Alright. We're getting health back bit by bit. This just means Aventurine is literally useless because it ignores shields entirely.
All at once, you've just got to expand your thinking. Curiosity, endless riddles. The answer is nothing but a void. What's wrong? The door to a whole new world. Glimpse the unknown for a moment. and let it captivate you.
Yeah, we got all our health back. Maybe this can still work. Mega Mem! This is clearly a fight intended to be done with Cass. At least, like, mechanically. But I don't know how well that would have worked.
The dice have been cast.
With her not as built as I'd like her to be.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
If I fail this, I'll probably swap her in. Try again. Phase 2. Maybe this is going okay.
I will grant you peace. Yes.
The AoEs are still, pulling from our shields, it looks like. And...
That's it.
Bury the slumbered. Howie.
Watch your head.
Bitterness delivers evil something or other. There we go. Perfect timing, actually.
Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them.
The door to a whole new world. Curiosity. Endless riddles. But the answer is
Nothing but void. That does a huge amount because it's an AoE and they have linked health.
You've got to expand your thinking. Raise barriers.
So does this, actually.
And watch them crumble.
Get all our health back. Alright, yeah, this is totally doable. It's just a weird... It's a mechanically weird fight.
Ready to lose yourself?
And all my AoEs absolutely ruin it for them.
My music. Conquer us all.
Please, don't turn back to the Nether Realm.
Lice.
Oh, death. Sleep in peace.
Alright, the mechanic to regain it when it's in that state, and the fact that it goes into that state by bringing you down to 1, and then its damage starts going to shields, I think that makes this entirely fine. Initially, it looked stupid because it was just ignoring my shields, but functionally it was fine.
I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid.
Pull your head out of that there crevasse.
Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I was finally able to pick up these broken fragments of my past. I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm, just like you did in the past. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests.
What'd she say?
I'll be going now.
Might have to go into an egg, right? I learn how to do a Rabona. I'm not sure what that is.
Scary, but as long
French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. First tap room.
What's wrong?
Who put these shoes on me?
Are you...
What's wrong with him?
Pick where you stand next to the ball, cross your legs. Ah.
His time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid his soul will return to Thanatos' embrace before me.
Couldn't my soul have been somewhere out here? I thought it wasn't in the netherworld.
What? Oh no! Is there anything we can do?
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return, alright?
You're cleansed. Welcome back, Bathwater. This dragon has its head in a weird egg and I'm dying. That's all the context you need.
Alright. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
A lot. Good, you know that. Finally! Good too. That's terrible. Let's see who gets into the realm first.
That's not funny!
That's not funny. I'm dying.
It's a deal then.
You better race me. You better go fast. I'm fading away.
Please.
You hunger for Borger? Then go get Borger.
Wait for me.
Oh, you sit in your little dinghy, eager to hear my song and follow closely behind. Alright, sure, no, fuck me. Fuck anyone who wants to actually read it out loud.
After all that.
Here we go. Not time to grill? There's other ways to make burgers. Oh, you sit in your little dinghy, eager to hear my song and follow closely behind. Please, turn back. Return to the homeland you know so well. Venture not with me into the vast sea, for perhaps, without seeing me, you will lose your way in the ocean. The ocean I cross has never been sailed by anyone.
But you still ended up back here.
That doesn't look normal.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers. Yes.
Hello,
Just
wheelchair
like the
character in a
flower
game who will
fields
never
we
be
tended to
playable,
back
just
then.
like all of them. Except that one Switch game that's coming, Switch 2 game, I should say, that's coming out that no one's gonna play because it's motion controls.
Is that you, Plixia? Do you remember me? I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
Oh, fish, you really control my motions. Ease it up. Or keep going. Yeah, do whatever you want, I don't care.
Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be
Hello,
easier.
character that's really cool, but will never get added because they aren't marketable enough. I don't think it's a lack of marketability, because she has a very marketable design. I think the problem is, and I understand this in the vast majority of video games, logistically, it's a pain in the ass to try to make a character in a wheelchair. Like, how do they interact? They have to interact with the world very differently from characters without a wheelchair. As, like, it's gonna feel weird unless you built it from the ground up with that intention. And they clearly already didn't do that, so, like...
However, since you recognize the name, you must already know everything about Thanatos, right?
Why is the back of her wheelchair all invisible? That's weird.
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius. You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact and look off into the distance. Just like what you are doing now.
Oniok Pro Skater wheelchair mode would go insanely hard.
Can you tell me
For an extreme
about
wheelchair
the last
sports.
Terra Nova? What did you do, Polixia? Where should I begin? A long, long time ago.
In a galaxy far away, Naboo was under an attack.
As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death. But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of a family member with our own hands.
Right, she knows about this part.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory. Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life so that I could ascend as the demigod of death. But I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair.
Agreement. Previous Thanatos was a dick.
So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death.
Come again?
I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm. But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways in response to my futile actions. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, their souls will meet Thanatos, who would determine where every soul goes. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm to continue walking the earth. That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being. Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again. The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you. Then, what about you? As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living. From then on,
my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river of the dead. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death instead. Then,
Ooh,
what
hubris.
was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring in endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
Raising Castorus. Raising on that one.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste. As far as I'm concerned, you did nothing wrong.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity upon you, a total stranger.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. I was once lost, even upset. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source of these emotions, nor would I have realized my purpose.
Alright.
I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing our past while sharing the same view of this landscape. I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes, the only thing death is allowed to create are flowers that bloom from blood and tears. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Nor can the hand of shadow determine a person's remaining days. Because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
Breaking news, Deltarune fan tried making a theory about Gaster and got bombarded with Minos Prime instead. Fucking excuse me.
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You
Character from Ultra Kill, so you know it's prime
must have
brain
had a
rot.
difficult life.
Not played Ultra Kill still. Part of me wants to wait until it's, you know, fully finished. The other part thinks it's really, really funny.
We've taken quite the ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw this seemingly endless fate to a close. It's been
been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after day as desperate spirits are denied by this lonely wasteland. I always hoped I would see you among them. But I was also afraid of seeing you.
Oh,
I didn't know how I could possibly face you again. But more than anything, I was afraid that you might have forgotten all about me.
well founded, because she did.
I know. But don't you see, Polixia? I made it back anyway.
He was gonna finish in a year or so. Alright.
You don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway. So, let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together and create a warm sea of flowers for all the souls to come. What do you think, Polixia? Yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived once again. Just like before. Yes, just like before. But unlike that time, the ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared. You've made up your mind? Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid. As long as you're here with me. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life ablaze. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this wasteland its first breath of life. Like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the netherrealm, perching on the twig of death. I will. After this, I will remain permanently in the netherrealm. The river of souls shall return here and rain down from the sky, scattering souls across the earth. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. This sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore. Thank you.
That's sad.
Just one last thing. Can you grant me one wish? Of course. What is it? Please, don't forget me. I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born. Castoris. Castoris.
It's been cooking the last 2 layers for a while now, so you think the game will come out soon?
You're
Maybe.
as beautiful as a fleeting butterfly.
DG time!
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Yeah, switch into an Axa. Bastard. The basta. Be another update after to make sure everything is polished. There's some extra secrets on release. Fair enough. You don't want to reveal all the secrets before the game comes out. What's the fun for new people? At the same time, in Akama... Yeah, cool. Love it. It's so cool.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand.
Fair enough, that's the time limit they gave Kailas, too.
When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
No need to ask so many times. Of course I am.
Shut the fuck up.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
Such harsh words. As I see it, you are no less arrogant than they are.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I did not expect to hear that from you.
He is really good at tricking the god of knowing shit.
Are you not going to refute me?
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least, better than a stowaway like you.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words. Well, that is exactly why I chose you.
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your argument?
Horror movie villains versus Jonathan Joestar. I think he's beaten a lot of them. Jason's weird. Are we assuming that Hamon can overpower their horror villain immortality? Because if so, Jonathan's beaten the absolute fuck out of almost all of them. I think Freddy he's gonna struggle with, just because Jonathan's not smart enough to be able to drag him into the real world where he can beat the fuck out of him. And in the dream world, Freddy's kind of immortal.
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you recall where we stopped the last time?
You were saying that Amphorius's history is cyclical.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death.
One is for vampires, you're not too sure if it'll work on zombies, but any character that's a vampire is cooked. Well, I mean, it works on vampiric zombie. It's the power of the sun. And here's the thing about it. Even if you're not a vampire, it still can fucking hurt. It's just vampires get melted by it. Normal people can still get hurt by it. Dracula has no flow when Jonathan shows up. Yeah, he's punching him with the sun. It depends what version of Dracula you use, because, if you use actual Bram Stoker's Dracula, sunlight doesn't do anything to him. It's not actually based on the sun. It's during that time of day from sunrise to sunset, even if he's in sunlight, none of his vampiric powers work. With the exception of, I think, high noon exactly for 1 minute, he can still use a bit of power.
Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador and Naias, act as supporting evidence.
Jonathan get punched really hard. Yeah,
with
no.
a rough sketch for my theory of a sickly
Jonathan's
history.
fought vampires before.
For all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof.
You don't know
After
OG
all,
Dracula? I
the
do.
past
It's
is in
the
past.
is a version I
Proving
know
that
quite
we are
well.
the legacies of heroes of the past is a hopeless endeavor. That is, until I met a girl named Polixia and her sister. If Castorus was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving
Castlevania
reasons,
Dracula?
then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the link to connect all of this together.
The Castlevania Dracula, he can be killed by sunlight. And the thing is, depending on the version, he's often conceited enough to just take attacks head on because he thinks they won't hurt him. But he does that to Jonathan, he's gonna get Hamon, which functions like the sun, and he's gonna go down.
If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the answer to your question.
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis, the girl will be shattered.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the first step, and change will never come. Besides, I, Anaxagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic worms one final lesson.
What? Yeah. You know much about Mike from Halloween. Pretty sure he's just a guy who's super powered up. He's very physically strong, and he's like... I'd say he's got about the same powers as Jason, but for him, he rarely takes the damage on screen, so there's always a question of if it actually hit him. But he still survives seemingly impossible shit.
So they are leaving the final debate to him.
He has the walk too? Yeah, he's got the walk.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no purpose.
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world?
The secret Joestar technique has been beaten. Hey, you can run away, he'll just chase you very slowly and conserve his energy.
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence.
Purpose, yes, but is it being used as intended is the better question.
But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate, if I recall.
You dumb shit.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber instead of a podium. So, do you have an answer to that question?
No, I don't.
I thought so.
I never just answer a question, you Socratic fuck.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place.
Oh no, he does have an answer, just not in the... Nah, he's answering the question the way it should be.
Entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been seeing yourself as her pawn all this time? Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about.
If Chucky tried manipulating Jonathan, he'd totally see through how evil he is. Doesn't Chucky only ever successfully manipulate children and all adults try to kill him on sight because he's fucking weird?
You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh,
I'll admit I haven't
don't bother
seen most of the
telling me
Chucky
the answer.
movies, so that's just conjecture on my end.
Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Got it. Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
You shit, say my name.
Who will you be voting for?
Fooled that one garbage man.
That'll depend on how well you perform. May Cersei safeguard your thoughts.
This is a weird thing to say for the guy hosting Cersei's in his brain. You just shoot my shields? Yes, I did. Lord Anaxa, you're finally here. Anaxagora. The last speaker for the assembly will be taking the stage soon. Resolution will be passed after that. Lady Kindness has reserved a special seat for you. Shall I show you to it? Lead the way. Alright, this way, please.
I actually don't necessarily mind things remaining the way they are. Really say it.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. As the Theoros, I present to you Finan of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen of Akima, and the last speaker of the assembly.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for Aglaia.
That's how you describe him?
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end of the Flame Chase journey?
Can this dude really face down kindness? I actually don't necessarily mind things.
By
Alright, enough out of them.
Dear citizens of Akima, as you look upon me, so too do I see you. I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the discord between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, and your uneasiness about the future of the Holy City. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer. Look beyond the horizon illuminated by Kefali, at the crisis threatening to overwhelm us.
What?
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time.
Yeah, this is the correct person to send in to convince them that the Black Tide is real, because his was the first place to be wiped out by the Black Tide.
Spread all the way to the sea. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Alas, I can't, because she, and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the Black Tide. My beloved home is no more. I will never forget the day the Black Tide struck. My father, Hieronymus,
That's
fought
another
with a
word I'm
broken
seeing
sword
frequently.
to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters. Also, I might live to stand before you here and now. Galba, he was a hunter, But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son, as they both breathed their last. Pythias, the teacher, risked her life to save her students, but a burning beam fell on her, crushing her.
Not so easy to call it fake when a guy who watched everyone he knew and loved die to it just tells you about it, is it?
And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. Livia, Piso, and so many other children. My childhood friends. They were all swallowed by the black tide and turned into monsters. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Even up until the final moment, I finally steeled my heart and granted them eternal peace with my sword. Why, Finan? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akuma to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the 3 Titans of Calamity Con, Akuma will return to an era Chrysia once more, but...
Joseph versus Ghostface, who wins the goof-off? Thing is... when Joseph goofs around, it's on purpose. When Ghostface does it, he's fucking up. Joseph does it to throw people off. It's a conscious decision. Ghostface is just actually an idiot most of the time.
Much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power to hold them back, they are still coming. By now, the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the strife demigod. The Flame Reaver has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Well, is it, though? I have a theory, but I don't have any proof for it just yet.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akuma still a picture of peace?
Exactly! The city of Akuma shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? I beg you, spare a moment to think about this. Are we able to stand here and hold this assembly in peace today because the danger has passed? No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akuma from calamity. With her golden threads, Aglaya has preserved and continues to preserve these idyllic days that all of you hold dear. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaya will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akuma away from the Flame Chase journey? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akuma's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
Vermin, you say?
You insolent whelp! How dare you!
It is true that Aglaya has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. All while these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akuma. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but hasn't her heart always stayed true to humanity? They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akama. Once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you.
This is enthralling, by the way.
Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a human or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words? Can you not see that their souls have been corrupted by power?
Dio versus Invincible sounds interesting. Not really. I feel like Dio kinda can't match up to Mark. You're talking about, like, the superhero Invincible. You're talking about someone else, I don't know. But would Dio even be able to really hurt Mark all that much? Yeah, Mark gets knocked around a lot, and he gets knocked through buildings and he's a little dazed. He is knocked to another city and he starts getting hurt. I don't think Dio can hit that hard. Like, even if he stops time, that's not gonna make Mark more hittable. I mean, more hittable, but not necessarily more killable. World is pretty hard hitting, but Mark is... yeah, the world is strong, but I would say that Dio himself isn't that much weaker than the world, probably.
Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaya, Trebios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your decision. And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future Flame Chasers. A steadfast and unwavering promise that shall endure through the ages.
Absolutely right. This place was here. If only our...
Big chattering. In an uproar, representative leaders from different cities in Akama throw pieces of pottery into the Dolium.
At the present time, on the scales of Talenton, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand its suspension. Each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting in a perfect balance.
And Anaxagora hasn't voted yet, I take it.
As expected. This is the moment when the Flame Chase journey is the closest to its end.
And now, it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last.
Nope, just you.
Cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this impasse.
I have long since made a decision.
Very well.
Getting smirk is like,
yeah. Bring much needed change to this farcical world.
Probably dodge Mark of the World once or twice if he tried a signature punch from 3 blocks away at the speed of a bullet. The thing is, I can see Dio able to, you know, stop time to dodge Mark and definitely frustrate him a lot. But Dio can't do that forever. Even, like, fully awakened Dio still had some downtime before he could stop time again. And at some point, Mark's gonna get a hand on him and probably put together that he's a vampire. And if Mark gets him in a hold, he's not getting out. And Mark's just gonna fly to where it's daytime. And just boom. Dio could survive, but he can't win. Here's the thing, Mark genuinely can just fly him to where it's dead noon. Even if they're fighting in, like, at the dead of night. Or hell, right after the sun goes down. It doesn't matter. Mark has a win condition, Dio really doesn't, at the end of the day. Would Dio kill a lot of people in the process? Yes. Would Mark angst over that? Yes, but...
delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius, I, Anaxagoras, am ready to cast my vote. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
Cars is hella OP, so he could do something until Mark throws him into space. Now, the interesting thing about Cars is the ultimate life form. If there is a life form on the planet that has an ability, he has it. But the question ultimately comes down to, does that only extend to Earthbound life, or could he copy any life form period throughout all the galaxy? Because the way they kind of explain his ability to work, it sounds like it should only apply to Earthbound creatures. And we know there are... well, actually, we don't know if there are aliens in the JoJo-verse. We know Cars has some stupid abilities, especially in his novel version. Earthbound. So he wouldn't just be able to look at Mark and go, oh, I can do that now too. Earthbound 3. Ah, yes.
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
He's gonna cut my head off if I vote against her. Joke's on her, I'm dying anyway.
What's he doing?
Good question. What is he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time like this?
Cars has the ability of every human on Earth, so that's something to think about. He has the ability of every human, everything on Earth. Now, that brings in the question of, does that extend to humans in the Invincible verse? And if so, would he then have all the powers of the Immortal, who actually can fight on that level to an extent? Now, even though he loses every fight he's in, he is still one of the few people listed as being as strong as a Viltrumite. I also think he'd win against some of the lower-tier Viltrumites.
Rule number 1.
Yeah.
Do not call me a Naxa. Rule number 2.
Way to go, Kindness, you pissed him off.
Never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
There's a flying pig.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
Suspension. Ours wouldn't copy Immortal, he has standards. I mean, Cars is already more immortal than the Immortal is. But I mean, maybe he'd be able to copy his ability to freely fly. Did he copy Adam Eve's powers?
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
Yes, definitely. Alright.
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Cersei's. Or should I say Calypso?
Mark is
Accompany
half
me
human
on
born
this
on
final
Earth.
journey.
Yeah, but all his power comes from his non-Earth's person side. And in fact, the older he gets, the less human he is. That's just how Viltrumites work. So, and I'd also argue that even if you're born on Earth, that's not the same thing. You need your... Like, Kars' ability is... He has the power of every possible evolution of humankind. Or of life on Earth in general. Theoretically, he should also be able to photosynthesize and the like.
Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision. We need only to follow the sound of the tides.
What the fuck is he doing? Why'd he walk away from the voting pot? You fucker!
You are... Well done, child. Just as I foresaw, you have achieved.
Hello, unfortunately named Eccles.
Teacher. What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir, but
you cherish the truth even more.
Will a shrimp blow Mark's eardrums out before getting thrown into space? Now that's a thing. Kars is immensely intelligent, and assuming we include Invincible's wildlife, he'd be able to copy that thing from Atlantis, and he could just make that sound, and Mark's kind of fucked. And if he's smart enough to figure that out, he has like a... What's his IQ? 2,000 or something? It's something stupid that should let him figure it out instantly. Although he was still angry enough to be tricked by Joseph, so we'll see.
So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne. Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge ahead.
The question ultimately is, does Kars have a way to damage Mark, or is it a permanent stalemate?
As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor...
Oh, and another thing worth noting that I slightly undersold Kars for, he has the ability to imitate all life on Earth and outperform it. And it's to a very absurd degree that he outperforms whatever life on Earth can already do. Because remember, having never used Hamon before, he was able to make a laser stronger than any other Hamon user has ever even conceived of. His Hamon strikes were strong enough to melt human flesh. And that's not something Hamon usually does. If a human can hurt Mark, then he can hurt Mark. I'm saying he could do a version of the sound that can hurt Mark to such an extent it might literally kill him outright.
Go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again with the truth before us.
You have my word, sir. May Cersei's safeguard your thoughts.
May Cersei safeguard your thoughts.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now. May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
I was in the middle of talking to the dead. I know none of you can do that, so shut the fuck up about it.
Behold, Cersei's. Here at the center of the world, I shall write the final step of my proof.
Look, man, I've had a really rough day. Can we just do this some other time?
For this place is but one step away from the truth.
Oops, DD.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus. The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else!
Segura, you fuck.
I have deciphered the truth of this world!
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By carefully enter Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
No! Lygus, you can't! Onyxa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind? I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my words, I will make sure that clever head of yours never forgets the price of betrayal!
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of my rare talents.
Betrayal.
You put on such a grand performance, just to aid their preposterous flame chase journey?
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes. I have never once switched sides, because I, and I alone, am the truth.
Man, you are a conceited motherfucker, but you're fun about it.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy and respect the decision of this assembly.
What villain can we pin up against Johnny? That's a good question, I
have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens' assembly.
You put
has
Jonathan
resolved to
Joestar against
continue the flame
anything in
chase
Demon
journey.
Slayer, he wins
This
handily.
resolution shall be put up on the wall of heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
I alone am the truthful one.
You!
He's the impartial observer, Kindness.
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. Let me entertain you for a little longer. By your leave, Lord Lygus.
Interesting.
Power scaling is actually really fun when you don't got someone in your ear telling you to do math. You just gotta, like, loose up, like, alright, what's the biggest thing this person has done that they can repeatedly do? And it's like, don't put them in a category of someone who can't do that kind of thing. It's the very base. I don't try to go into the PSIs of it.
Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more, if...
Just go off of vibes? Yeah.
Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has an announcement for the assembly.
What is this performer up to now?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of Amphorius. As a supporter of the Flame Chase journey, it pleases me to
Isagi
see
from
the
Blue Lock
choice
can
you
definitely
have
beat
made.
Goku. In a soccer match, yes. Here's the thing. Goku, we have seen he is a dumbass when it comes to actually playing sports. I feel like you put him in any sports match, he's gonna lose very quickly.
But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution.
You challenged the resolution you voted for?
Tell me, Who among you dare swear to Kefali's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos heirs have promised? A beautiful new world free of calamity and madness? No one? Must I pick somebody to answer?
What if it's a combat sport? Well, it depends which combat sport. If it's wrestling, if you tell Goku how it works beforehand, I think he's gonna do it really well. If Goku gets the chance to understand how it works and it's a combat sport, I think he'll usually win. It's like, oh, I'm not allowed to use my feet in this boxing thing. Sure. And yeah. A lot of people, so many people downplay Goku's martial arts intelligence. They say, nah, he just hits stuff really hard. It's like, no, that's more Vegeta's style. Vegeta's not really a martial artist. Goku is. That's what Ultra Instinct is.
Very well.
It's martial arts. It's not a super special Saiyan thing.
So wise and profound. In front of all present here, do you dare swear that it will happen for sure? No? Fine. Next. You, the one with ignorance written all over your face. Yes, you. Do you
the stupid one. You know who you are. Ultra Ego is Vegeta's ultimate weeball. Yeah, although I think he learned some aspects of it from Beerus. I don't recall.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then. With that smug look of yours, you must be confident that the Flame Chase journey is the best course to take, right?
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this. Your speech was filled with such passion just now. How confident, then, are you in making this promise?
Professor, what are you doing?
What the fuck are you getting at here?
Let him continue with his performance.
He's doing something. I don't know what, but it's something, and I want to know what it is. I'll castrate him if it's nothing. He'll do it too, I've seen her.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway.
What are you getting at here?
But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one final lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare.
If we say that everything in Blue Lock we see actually happens and isn't just effects, Barreau is the strongest character in Jujutsu Kaisen. You're gonna need some elaboration on that, my guy.
Everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true! Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesized demigod who shall succeed Kefali.
Yeah, Anaxa picked up on that too.
And every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
Hey, what was that?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow.
He's just telling everyone.
All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is pure blasphemy!
It's impossible.
Wow, chatta.
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you, even in our next lives?
I didn't say you had to do that. Fuck that.
Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and falsehoods?
Here's the thing.
Prove
I don't think he'd say it without proof.
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with a god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
Yeah, but fuck blasphemy.
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent
Are you
and
fucking
aided in
serious,
committing
dude?
this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods, even Kindness has betrayed Akuma.
The Kindness God. We're carefully evolved.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his actions. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should respect this beautiful city and her people.
You...
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akuma's codex as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield this authority.
Okay. I see your logic there, Green Ghost, but the thing is, Yuji can kind of do that too. Like, by the end, he's kind of just throwing him out whenever the hell he feels like it.
The honor is mine to bear.
Huh? Yeah, huh? And he is explicitly not tapped out yet still by the end of the story.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please.
Roby just standing around and he has lightning around him. Yeah, but do you know about the guy in JJK who has lightning powers? It's not quite the same thing. Also, he has a giant lion. That's also pretty impressive.
Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akuma's codex, I request all present citizens to stand with me in exercising the right of judgment. First, Elder Kindness of Akuma and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy against a god. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, Akuma is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings to the public for subsequent judgment.
Calls himself a king and a villain. Okay.
Yes! That's what we deserve! Agreed!
Curse you!
How dare you check whether or not someone's telling the truth about me?
Now, concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefali. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, The accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Professor.
Let him die. Let him die.
Oh, they all chanting now.
Let him die. Let him die. Let him die. Let him die. Let him die.
What decision will you make, Lady Goldweaver?
Royalty's a big part of his character, so you'd like to see Garou go against the King of Curses, Sukuna. Now, an interesting thing about Sukuna is that's not a title he himself chooses to use. Other people call him that. He's kind of categorically against the idea of even being categorized. If he's called anything other than Sukuna, he, on some level, resents it. Though he was impressed by one person actually managing to force him to be in a category at all.
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die. Let him die.
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talantan on high, may you bring death upon him.
They're gonna have to burrow chop dribbles his world cutting slash. The French. Steve Flowers. Fuck, am I?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castrus while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends.
Neat. Mom, I made it! My character arc is finally done!
You're still as energetic as always.
If I stop being weird, the horrors become real. What? Nothing. Never mind.
Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal. But in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls.
Isagi is now free of a bunch of puzzle pieces he's not beating anyone. I don't know, have you seen Ben 10? One of his most consistently useful aliens was just Legos.
And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven. Similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world, these flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain.
Puzzle can only be built
Every
one
soul
way.
undergoes
Fair
the
point.
perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world meets its end. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emphorius to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the netherworld and return you to the realm of the living.
Thought he has the twin Glocks. Every description of Blue Lock makes me more confused.
In exchange, please take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far be in vain.
You're not going back?
Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination wavers, you will succumb and be forever ensnared by the Netherworld's grasp. Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the Flame Chase journey. And for your life, the only life I can save.
I'll do my best.
I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
Huh? Come again? Keep moving forward, don't look back. Keep going, the Express is right here with you.
I believe in you.
Ah, the only Expresser voiced, of course. Is just March and Welt. And the other two, you know, voice actors, what are they up to?
Don't go.
Really? Oh, no, I knew about this. Kafka and Firefly aren't here either.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow!
Why is this one of my core memories? I wasn't here for this part.
Keep your eyes on the dawn.
See, this part I was here for. I wasn't there to see their friggin' thing.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Sukuna versus Baro can't have him because they're the same person.
We shall become heroes together.
They share a voice actor. Yeah, I figured it was that. Finally. Thank you, Casterus. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at that sea of flowers. As someone who knows the story of Orpheus, I'm gonna say that's a bad idea. Don't turn around, keep looking forward. Don't turn around, keep looking forward. Oh. Acheron. Fear not, as a touch of red will be awaiting you at the end of the path. Raiden? It'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth of the sunlight. Eh? Hang on, why is everything white now? What's this? What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path they revealed, leading you back home. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain. Over here, friend!
Yeah, ma'am.
Take my hand. Let's go home.
Hello again, mortal realm. Goodbye, nether realm. Let the trailblazing continue. What is your amazing idea, Green Ghost? Sorry, I was a little engrossed in that. I'm still reading what you're saying, just not out loud. I'm back.
At last. I knew you could do it.
So that wasn't the image of me dying in her arms, it was me coming back to life in her arms.
Your soul is still perfectly whole. as if some kind of force is trying its best to keep
Life-size
it together.
3D Isagi jigsaw puzzle. You do you.
Is it Ornyx's final blessing? Or is it a miracle of your own?
Might be the Stellaron, frankly.
It's truly incredible. Such a strange surge of familiarity.
Familiar what now?
So hard to describe. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps it is the laws from beyond the sky, so familiar to you, that intertwined our fates long ago. It seems that this is a riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the
Be really
river
cool.
of souls is
Statue of a character is puzzle piece themed, made out of puzzle pieces. It'd be cool, but
transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.
I recall.
I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning.
Even beat Isagi up. They're real keen to this stuff.
As I stand as a demigod, and destiny draws to a close, I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp, is now within reach. In this brand new world, every blooming life will lift its arms in celebration.
You hate Blue Lock with all your heart, we got a product for you.
Of this very
Sure enough.
instant.
Feel like you could market a lot of things like that.
Every touch, every embrace we share will never again be an ice-cold loss.
Like I missed something.
They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land.
GG.
The other shore is very cold.
Oh, hey, look, a dragon.
May I borrow your warmth? One last time.
Yay, hugs.
Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
Presently, in Akama.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth, and it culminated in this very moment. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the chance to attain power. It's as if you...
Crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
I didn't say shit.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned for Thynan?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable of unleashing a raging fire that rivals our final great enemy, Aquila.
So, this is our last chance. How about we let go of the bad blood between us?
No. Me neither.
May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
Ito and Kaiser. Alright.
That's impossible. To persist with your soul thinned to such an extent. You're insane.
I knew you were a crazy bitch, but this is absurd.
As you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing this. Until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must keep inching forward, even if only as an empty shell.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think you'd already lost so much. How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before.
Yeah, that's kind of how life works.
But casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Finan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people, and I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission. Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But
cursed in
by
what
my
way?
Estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Should not impede Aranova.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground.
He dresses like an idiot, but in every other aspect he will save us.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Aglaya, we're back.
Hi, I'm not dead anymore. Ito is aroused or really violent. Well, basically fighting one for the smallest reason. Okay.
Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I'm not dead.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
I did.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
Or Flame of Death. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm glad.
Oh, come on. Wish you wouldn't do that shit. Have them talk at a speed.
Didn't see Castress among your number.
Ugh. Annoying shit. Oh, I missed dialogue because I walked at the speed the game lets you walk at.
But helped you fulfill your mission as well.
I believe she'll always be at our side.
I agree.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself. Trinan, please recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
Let the ceremony begin.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they return, to walk now among your ranks. And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead and reborn among mortal kind. He is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in his good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
Yeah, all that.
Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
Goodbye, Castorus.
A constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look, it's...
Ah, yes, you made it. Is that Castorus? Can you not tell, Danny?
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
It?
What did she say?
I have no fucking idea.
That's the language of the Titans.
Em, did you get any of that?
Castorus... No. The Titan... They said... I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
Still 3 missing.
She made quite a scene. I suppose it's my turn now.
I won't stop you.
Professor, you...
What's with that look? You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akima's divine laws or keep me from creating a new world.
You never change, do you, Professor?
Not even a little.
I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point of becoming a god?
A horse race test, I get if you want to.
There's a point. Even if I forget who I am, I'll still have my brilliant mind. It goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides, I still have you, don't I?
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from memory could never be the same as the original anyway.
Then allow me to tell you right now that you're wrong. What exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. Of course, this answer only applies to us. So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout from these seeds to grow into great trees.
Orange left, you guess, and white, mysterious figure, white but evil at a 1v1 and ended on a cliffhanger. I think I've seen people in certain Discords posting about it.
Is that what new sporism means?
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories, and then scatter them into the hearts of countless people in the future. Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same.
Hope you don't meet your evil clone today? Green Ghost Pie, don't look now, but I think I see a red ghoul cake behind you.
To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. But we have someone who will still live on with his perfect memory. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So, carry everything of this world and live on. Don't disappoint those most precious to you. Don't disappoint Lady Goldweaver. And especially, don't bring dishonor to my theory.
Anaxa, I swear to you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion in the new world.
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone. May we meet again in the next life.
Too bad I never got to tell you about the entire rest of the universe, Anaxa. Feel like you would have had a field day with the Aeons. The fucking what-nows.
Farewell, great performer. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circes safeguard your thoughts. Why doesn't anyone you're sub to have 1,000-yard stare as an emote?
Are you
I don't know, man.
satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Pineapple on a pizza, yeah, that'll work.
I hereby swear I have borne witness. Anaxagoras of the New Sporists and the Grove of Epiphany has successfully overcome the trial of reason. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity and return to corruption and hardship.
Come again?
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased my past, present, and future. Oh, Circes. Is that all you've got?
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity, and you were never the type to give me any leeway.
That is true.
But I do still have one question.
I knew it. What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of others. If that is the case, whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
Yeah, that's a hell of a question.
How should I know?
If I had to guess, the remembrance itself? If it remembered an entire world into existence, that might be what made it an Aeon to begin with.
But, since we are both equally curious, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us to investigate in our stead. choice, Circes. I sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Crazy motherfucker. Can't wait to see the anime only What If Hot Pants Was a Girl art. Yeah, but I feel like people doing art like that, I feel like a lot of the artists aren't anime onlys. Oh, finally an update here. I haven't seen this in a while.
Was March 7th also in this condition when she was first rescued by the Express?
Her condition was very similar. It's just that at that time, the Express did not have a memo keeper who could diagnose her condition.
But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that might happen this time as well.
When March awakened from the ice, her memories were completely wiped clean. I want to prepare for the worst and prevent something like that from happening again. Can you share with us your hypothesis?
I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked.
Hijacked?
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone loses their ability to remember?
I'm not a biologist, but I hear there's of a species of fish on Vanwakwa has the memory span of less than a second. Forgets anything that occurs in the very next instant. Perhaps something similar will happen?
Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the inability to remember. Perhaps
you just wouldn't be able to do things because you wouldn't remember how to do anything.
But an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness.
Nothingness?
The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the driving force behind the continuance of this path. The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to memoria. But the present, it doesn't really exist, and it's only an abstract expression. Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical form will also be affected. These ice crystals are a manifestation of that.
Miss Black Swan, there's one thing I haven't looked into deeply until now. You've guided us to Amphorius but refused to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing answer.
Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me?
I mean no offense. I'm merely speculating, but I'd appreciate your honesty if possible.
In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the Garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example.
Perfect example?
A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those Pathstriders of Remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphorius first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form.
So, the reason you did everything you could to convince the Express to come to this star zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plans of these people?
I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want to involve you in the Garden's internal conflicts.
Granted. Remodeling a world is no easy feat. These extremists likely aren't just simple Pathstriders. They wield the powers of Emanators.
You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li.
Could they be the ones who hijacked March 7th's memories?
I cannot be certain, but at the very least, they are capable of doing so. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th, but the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphorius is still an excellent destination, and investigating further might allow us to uncover the truth behind the accident.
Yeah?
Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating.
Well, yeah, you'd say that, because you benefit from it. What? What happened? What's wrong?
Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko.
Come again?
Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept my
Amazing
deepest
art idea.
apologies.
Alright. Has something changed?
It's Fu Li. Their gaze has just swept across Amphorius.
Again? Didn't Fu Li already... switching to Herta. Was that just when Kylus got the remembrance?
Oh, how interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady seems to be having fun. Is she usually like this?
Yes.
It's hard to explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear everything clearly?
Eddie Brock praying to God to kill Spider-Man, but it's Dio praying for JoJo's death. Are you sure no one's done that yet?
Please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind sharing with us what you've discovered?
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal.
Such as?
Not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also many memo keepers who are interested in the place.
Yeah, we just heard that from the other memo keeper.
I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms: the Eternal Land, the Rejected Land, and the private collection of the Garden of Recollection.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is indeed hiding some things from us.
Yeah, but she's explaining them to Himiko literally right now, so it's kind of empty to do this narratively.
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I personally visit this mysterious Amphorius?
You're planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herta mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps, without even needing to leave my room. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative technology.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates. Then, sit back and enjoy the show.
Welt shares the Astral Express's coordinates with the Herta.
Alright, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work.
Thank you, Madam Herta. Companions are the lifeblood of the Astral Express. When things are settled, we will repay you for all your help.
Welt, this young man sure is courteous.
Young?
Madam, watching you work has been an enlightening experience for me. It's hard to imagine that an outstanding scholar like you could maintain such a relaxed manner most of the time. Your calm and collected nature is truly a trait that I should learn.
This brat. Why does everything that comes out of his mouth sound so snarky?
Recently reformed antagonist. And reformed is still iffy, frankly.
First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herda. The preparations are complete. I wish you a pleasant journey ahead.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the Astral Express to the Amphoria's celestial body. You're in charge of sending me over. This time, raise the power to the maximum. Don't be stingy.
Oh, okay. I won't fail the mission, Madam Herda.
Third mirror.
You ever wish you just
You're in
had
charge of
sentient
generating
mirror
the data
slaves?
spirit entity.
I'm happy to help, Madam Herda. What kind of appearance are you planning to use this time?
Good question. Let me think. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. There's no one there that'll recognize me anyway.
Yeah, point taken.
As you wish.
Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. The first mirror. Let's get going.
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate spatial warp. Destination, unknown celestial body. Amphorius. Spatial warp countdown. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Blast off!
warp activated.
Oh, right. Yeah. The sun.
Oh! So that's Amphorius? Its appearance is, well, sure is unique. Second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me in.
Alright, please read the safety protocols carefully.
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power.
What the fuck is this?
What a magnificent sight! Is this the entrance to Amphorius? Let's see. Perhaps I'll be able to find a way in.
What is going on here?
What's this? A statue? It's ugly. I don't like it.
Hang on. That's us.
Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herda to come out personally? When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your lives.
Hylas is already that.
What's this? How creepy.
Yeah, she wouldn't have context of this
It
thing.
moves? Who are you trying to scare? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of. Now then, how am I going to get into Amphorius?
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question? Who are you?
I have many identities. And I'm going to have even more in the future. But if you just need a form of address, you can use my common alias, Lycurgus. Lygus.
Yeah, you say that like it's a reveal, but I recognize you and Herta doesn't know what that name means.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information.
And who does?
However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought, this is the entrance to Amphorius. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished.
Treating her well because she's an emanator, maybe? Be unwise to turn one down. One emanator's probably stronger than all the demigods there put together.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a Watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense a beautiful desire for knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged. Madam, it is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus. How do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,244 logic chains at my disposal to convince you. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results that I desire.
Alright.
Oh? I'm all ears.
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body. Apart from me, no one else will be able to help you enter.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me into cooperating by showing hostility, do know that, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition. I stake my honor.
You're fucking kidding me.
In the worst case scenario, our mutual destruction will be inevitable.
Oh? No wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
I assume that you still wish to hear the third logic chain?
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Third, even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to break through, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit, your conscience has played a crucial role.
What do you mean?
What a brazen robot. You think that you can actually understand me through your paltry calculations? But since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what these consequences will be?
It concerns the third path, that is, entangled with Amphorius. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction.
Fucking called it.
So,
it's always the destruction.
You ignore my warnings.
Yeah, no, I know Green Ghost. I know he was a lawyer. I don't think he ever passed the bar exam, though. Just a little engrossed in this at the moment. And that's very unrelated.
And when that happens, their fury will engulf the cosmos.
Oh, there's a Lord Ravager trapped here. Not on my bingo list, I'll admit. We blame JoJo for it too. No, he turned into a vampire before he could have possibly taken it. Like, they were fresh graduates. And I think once he was a vampire, he didn't give a shit anymore. Yeah, more memories. Let's write it out. Yeah, come on. That's way too many. But do that later. I do not want to do that right now. I'm not doing the fucking equilibrium game. I don't care how many times you ask me. I don't want to make the game harder for myself for no reward. I know they say there's a reward, but there isn't. I'm not making the game. I'm not upping the difficulty again because I don't want to. Stop defaulting to it every time I do anything.
Where to now?
2 demigods are looking for me? What's happening? Little Gray, you're here. We want to ask you, have you had any special dreams lately? Just had the Enna's dream during my last trip. You haven't had any dreams since arriving in Akuma? We and Aggie are worried that after receiving the blessing of Orynyx, you might have had some prophetic dreams. What? For example, in Akuma's history, there was a general of the Alliance who once had a dream. In the dream, an eagle swooped down and caught a doe and a fawn, was attacked and pecked to death by crows in the end. After that, he realized that dream was a prophecy about the war. The eagle represented the allied forces, the doe and her fawn represented the enemies and their allies, and the crows symbolized the cruelty and unpredictability of war. Everything in the dream came true in reality. If you had a similar dream, Little Gray, you should pay close attention. Nah? Little Gray doesn't remember anything, so we won't worry. Aggie, since everything is fine, let's talk shop, shall we? So the real plot unfolds now? This is serious business. It's the month of joy once again. Followers of the god of banquets from Mythemus are planning to hold a water carnival at the Court of Seasons. It's called Seal Slammers. Not anything like Tin Pin Slammers by any chance, is it? Though that name really does have the taste of Fagusa's disciples, the reward for Maggie is oh, Tribute. She's looking at her. That made it look like she was the one talking now. The reward for Maggie is quite serious. By the name of the Gold Weaver of Akuma, I've commissioned the Grand Craftsman Cartonis to create a gold seal cup to be awarded to the winner of the competition. This is a grand event. Perhaps our distinguished guest might be interested? Lady Aglaya uses her Kaching superpower again! It's a small token, just a humble gesture from the host. Even though the threat of black tide still looms, we hope that the citizens of Akuma can use this competition to release the pent-up emotions they've been holding in for so long. As the esteemed guest of the Chryso says, I hope you can immerse yourself in the culture of Alchema with this experience. If Little Gray is interested, sign up at the baths tomorrow. It's getting late. Hope you have a good dream tonight, Little Gray. We'll take our leave now. See you at the venue tomorrow. Seal Slammers, Prologue. Alchema being in daylight forever, I almost forgot it's now resting time. I should sleep. Am I gonna get a prophetic dream now? One sec. This is Castrus's gift? Handcrafted silver ring. Hold it in your ear, you can hear the sound of melting snow. In Idonia, the departed seal ice and snow into a ring before their final journey, offering it to the living as a token to walk the rest of the path in their stead. When the ice melts and the snow fades, the flowers will bloom and you will find me. Embrace your long fingers. That was that last one. Such a happy day with a gift just for you. Sun is a bit blinding, but you came prepared. Your eye mask is just for this moment. Good night, maybe there'll be a prophetic dream tonight. Perhaps influenced by the hints from Aglaia and Trippy, your prophetic dream has arrived. Wake up. Wake up. Kailas. Kailas. I am Fagusa, the Titan of Banquets and Oceans, Chalice of Plenty. I am calling you, Kailas. What's going on? Where'd you take me? Is this still my bath chamber? This is your prophetic dream, and you, Kailas, are the child of prophecy. I knew it. I'm having another fucking insane thing, aren't I? Look around. In one night, the humans in Alchema have decreased their capacities by 10,000-fold. All humans have regressed into baby seals. Even the Chrysos heirs are not spared. You must take up the responsibility of the child of prophecy. You must save them. Isn't this crisis a little extreme? The crisis of Amphorius is never just one thing. And are humans evolved from baby seals? Amphorius doesn't care about such strict theories of evolution. So why'd you come to me, Fagusa? Because you are the child of prophecy who could save all the baby seals. And you must take part in Seal Slammers and win the final trophy. Only then will all the humans and all the baby seals be saved, the sacred beasts of Fagusa. You don't believe in my prophecy? Give up your doubts and hesitations. The baby seal crisis will become inevitable. I hereby prophesize. If you don't win the trophy, you'll turn into a baby seal and stay that way forever. Can there be a prophecy for the bad end? There has to be one prophecy that will come true. That's more rigorous. If even the prophecy doesn't alarm you, then I'll make you experience it in the dream. Suddenly, you feel like you're falling from a great height, crashing into the ground. Oh, whoa! Help! Why'd I turn into a seal? Help, I'm surrounded by seals. Now do you understand the imminent danger? I understand. This feels just fine. I defy you! You haven't understood it at all. If you fail, you'll become a baby seal. I can't guarantee what kind of baby seal you'll turn into. The base chance of you turning into a lively, speaking, and laughing baby seal is 0.6%. However, the base chance of you turning into an inert and passive baby seal for display on the shelves is 99.4%. Are you threatening me? We spent too long chit-chatting. Look, your enemy's here. Baby seals, your end is nay. That's Painon, the evil mastermind trying to bring down the Seal Kingdom. I am Painon. Behold my legion of baby seal turncoats. Together we are Painon's legion. Oh, that's right. Submit yourselves to our great lord Painon. Painon, blink twice if you need help. Silence, child of prophecy. I am Painon. No need to fear. You still have trusty seal companions to depend on. Behold, the Outlander warrior of legends. Awoo! So you're the child of prophecy. I am Bubbles the Chimera. Stand with me and become heroes. Painon, they stole our line. I told you I am not Painon. I'm Painon, the ultimate Painon. The golden trophy already belongs to Painon's legion. You're too late, child of prophecy. Not so fast. Time to play my reverse card. Trap card activate. Okay, so what the hell is this? Alright, let Bubbles show you how to do a baby seal ram. Below each baby seal, you'll see their attack and HP indicated. Drag the baby seal backward to the target point to launch. Boom. Fraud, he didn't learn anything about law. Seal smash. Her baby seal dealt damage equal to its attack to the enemy. Enemy turn. Owie. Ally turn. Feeling a bit tired after all? Each baby seal can only take action one time per round. Bah! Now allies take action, collisions between baby seals will only damage the enemy. Key to dealing massive damage is to collide with the enemy multiple times in one action. Owie. And check abilities here. Being enemy baby seal during the action grants an extra action. Effect cannot be triggered repeatedly. Or seal smash. Whan. Some easy points, one step closer to a perfect victory. Baby seals that are defeated will regroup and return to the pool. Don't worry about it. Use my ability to let them feel the powers of extra actions. Aha! Oh, fuck! You didn't tell me I could do that shit. I'd have been doing it. After all baby seals have taken action, the next round begins, and the player who goes first is swapped. You done fucked up. I think Dio's school excuse turning into a vampire and being stuck under the ocean for 100 years is the reason you were late. They already graduated. That wouldn't... the bar exam isn't part of the school. That's not how it works. Extraction. Enemy turn. Ba-boom. Owie. Haha, double tapped. Dyna-Seal Warriors. 3-point shots are key. Took no damage at all, somehow. Defeat 3 more enemy baby seals. Yeah, sleep, this is way too hard to think about. Alright. Remove the damage during opponent's turn 16. Receive Melody of Celebration. Good night, gringos. Melody often played at Fagusa's banquets, now resounding once more with your victory. Be used as the prize exchange, increased carnival claim rewards. Alright. Honestly, I'm probably gonna call it after this tutorial and do this thing off-screen, because... while this seems fun, it doesn't seem especially stream-worthy. Give up now, Painon's Legion. Impossible. This is but a prophetic dream. I haven't lost yet. This is our Seal Kingdom. You're the one who should leave. The prophesied one is with us. We won't take your bullying anymore. Curses, fall back. I'll remember this, Kylus, child of prophecy. The opponent called Painon stumbles away in defeat. There's no need to feel confused, for dreams are chaotic by nature. Remember your victory. This battle shall be remembered as the prologue to the Cataclysmic War, by the baby seals to come. Kylus, have you found the resolve to win the trophy? I didn't need this extra motivation to win. I already wanted to do it. Having an objective and some pressure never hurts. Awoo! Before you wake up, partner, allow me to introduce the brave warriors of the Seal Kingdom. As you know, Mega Seal is my buddy. We defeated many opponents side by side. No, I don't know that. Buddy in arms, go Seal power! I've known this rubber seal for a long time. It's astonishingly strong. I'm the seal who will become the Seal King. Oh, maybe we won't remember who you are when the stream ends, but please remember to come find us. Don't you forget about us, Angel Seal. I'll forget Fagusa before I forget you. Ouch, but very touching. Before you go, I have 3 final reminders for you. Firstly, maybe you don't believe in prophetic dreams, but you will have the chance to witness it come true. 3 prophesied disasters will happen in order. The black tide muddles clear waters, a giant beast rests in the abyss, and finally, the golden trophy shatters with no champion. Then the prophecy can't be fulfilled. That's why my second reminder is for you to rally companions to stand against fate. Bubbles, the chimera wearing a hat, sunglasses, and swimming ring, is a prophesied Outlander warrior. It'll lead you to victory. As well as the dexterous ranger. You must find her. She'll carry the golden trophy and cheat fate so that it'll no longer break. It's not Cypher, is it? That's your only chance. You'll have to figure it out yourself. My third reminder is the most important, so do well to remember. You must not tell anyone about the prophetic dream. If you do, you'll turn into a baby seal. Not even to the Golden Weaver or the Messenger or any of your companions to come. Tell no one. Now, fret not. Bubbles will aid you even if you keep the dream a secret. Won't Bubbles remember this dream? This dream is yours only. Alright, about time you wake up. Before you forget, I urge you to remember the prophetic dream again. Participate and win the tournament, rescue everyone as well as all the baby seals. If you lose, you'll be stuck as a baby seal. Ah, fuck, shit. How are you guys doing? Hey, partner, you're finally awake. Ah, an unfamiliar ceiling. Oh no, Pinon's Legion has found me, or the one who murdered me is Cypher. You're not dead yet. Just take it easy with the last words, yeah? Gray, it's too cold on the floor. Better to get up. Let me introduce them to you. They're the Mythimus brothers. Aquaphus, Apophis, and Amorphous. They're the organizers of this Fagusa festival. And I ended up here, but better now than never. We were just talking about the Baby Seals tournament. Looks like a guy already told you. Yes, the something Seal Slammers tournament. Speaking of, Lady Goldweaver has our utmost gratitude for the trophy. Ignite everyone's passion for the tournament. Fagusa's birthday won't be complete without festivities and celebrations, after all. Lady Higlaia wants more people to be involved and share the joy of Mythimus. If I wasn't so occupied, I would have loved to join in myself. Luckily, you now have an even better candidate. So, dear partner, do you care to participate? I must consider this sudden proposal. Really is no way out of this, but at least saying that gives you some character depth. Think of March 7th, far away. She would love to have a photo of you in the trophy. Think of the trailblazing duty. Mr. Yang said the Gold Seat Hill Cup is also a subject to my trailblazing. It's amazing, the Trailblazer will just think up shit. Think of the prizes. Can't even imagine how happy you'd be if you got the Gold Seal Cup. I'm so good, I simply have to participate. Wonderful, I knew you'd come through. Since Gray has decided to participate in the tournament, you should take this little one with you. This is Bubbles, a little chimera raised in the Garden of Life. It's energetic and quite the troublemaker. Scholars simply don't know what to do with it. Bubbles, a chimera wearing a hat, sunglasses, and swimming ring? Hello? You know me? Or do I know you? Prophesied Outlander warrior. Oh, Bubbles, my Bubbles. Hello? What's the meaning of this? He already considers you a part of the team. But it doesn't know anything. Is this gonna work? Hello, you look down on Bubbles. Anything the baby seals can do, Bubbles can do better. I guess you two will have to break a sweat. I'm vouching for you after all. If you get defeated in the first round, my reputation will... Bubbles won't let Kylus lose. I can already feel it. Our incredible teamwork is written in destiny. That's great. With Gray, you're sure to learn a lot in the tournament, Bubbles. Then it's settled. Kylus has been recorded as a contestant. Everyone please look forward to our tournament. After some time... I'll never know what that said. But yeah, like I said, that seems like a... I got to see the Trailblazer be insane for no reason. Which is always the highlight of this game. So I think that's where we're gonna call it for streaming that. Probably won't stream this again until the next update drops, which will be, that'll be a while. I don't know exactly how long, but it'll be a while, and I'll play Epic 7 in the interim, yeah. More of Episode 4, unfortunately. Maybe I'll finish Episode 4 before then. But I have to by then. But anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.